Mr. Elmer's Music Club.
All right, we're going to have a little chat here because I've seen a lot of you guys say, I want to be a great guitar player. How do you become a great guitar player? Now, I guess that's a pretty subjective thing. I don't know what your definition of a great guitar player is, but what I'm going to talk about is some basic ideas that will help you get to whatever your idea of great guitar playing looks like, or what a great guitar, what you want to become the greatest version of you as a guitar player, as a musician. So let's get into that. Now, first I want to ask you this. I want you to drop in the comments to be as interactive as possible. This is like the lo-fi version of my full podcast. This is just where I stream some thoughts. We talk about it. We have some fun. I want you to reflect on where you are. If I make any comments that resonate with you, drop a comment. You guys know what buttons to hit. If you're new here, we have fun on this channel. We talk music. We do lessons. We have amazing, amazing community. So hopefully you'll stick around. All right, so if you want to be a great guitar player, I think most people say that. And again, like I said, they don't actually understand what that means, because being a great guitar player isn't about knowing a bunch of stuff. It's not collecting information. It's about what you do every single day, right? And I've talked about it in some of the other podcasts. You have to have a system in place, right? Like you have to have a musical set of pillars in place that keep growing and expanding and moving forward. It's all about progress. It is no different like growing a YouTube channel. Some days I get a few subscribers. Some days I get a lot more. Some days I lose, whatever. My point being is you just got to put in the reps. So let's talk about some key like thoughts I have on this and see if any of these resonate with you. And again, drop a comment if you think this is you. All right. I think the biggest problem, thought number one, is most people are very random, meaning they pick up the guitar, they scroll through too many YouTube videos, they try something, they look up something in a book, they forget it, they try something else, they go to their lessons with their personal teachers. Their personal teachers might be giving them too much information and not drilling down deeper. I'm always telling you a million times, look at whatever you're doing on the instrument and find what made that thing you're doing. Like, for example, I must love the key of G because I bring it up a lot. But if you're playing a G chord, you need to understand what makes up that G chord you're playing. What scale did it come from? What notes did I pull from the G major scale to make a G chord? Did you even know that it came? That's what I'm talking about. So great guitar players, you have to have the mindset, the technical part. You have to have the musicality. Right? There's so much. But when you don't have a system in place, you're not going to start developing your path to being a great guitar player or to becoming the greatest version of yourself. I personally, tell me if this resonates, because I've seen a few of you and I love that you guys seeing, some of you said you started playing guitar really late and you will not settle for being average. And I love that. Nobody should be average. And I laugh at all the videos like, oh, guitar over 50, guitar over 60, guitar. Listen, some dude or some gal that starts playing guitar at 60 compared to some kid in their 20s, if they have a better system in place, they're going to advance by leaps and bounds faster than the person that has no system. The person that has no system will collect information. They will spin their wheels. They'll play a bunch of songs. They'll know how to play the songs. They won't know how the songs were made, okay? Don't settle for mediocrity. Don't be a collector. And listen, I'll be honest, in my early phase of playing the instrument, I did get kind of stuck in that at times, but that's normal. But then you got to stop and you got to be like, okay, I'm moving away from my system, or you don't even have a system yet. All right. So let's move into thought number two. I will say this till the end of time. If there ever is an end to time, there'll be an end to me eventually, and I'll still be saying it wherever I may go. Rhythm is everything, right? So rhythm is the game. Now, when I pick up a guitar, these guitars behind me, I look at them like a drum set, and I'm learning drums right now, and I'm building my system for drums. It's just a way to get information out of my head. I just did a video, I think yesterday, where the first thing I said was percussive muted rhythm. You're not even playing any notes. You're not playing any chords. You're just striking the strings rhythmically, right? So, and if I'm being honest, I am being honest, actually. Rhythm is the most important part of guitar. I'll say that in every video, but eventually you need to that has to be ingrained in your DNA. Every time you pick up the instrument, rhythm is king, rhythm is queen. But nobody wants to hear that. Everyone wants the cool scales. They want the fast licks. But if your rhythm feels bad, you sound bad, period. I should say that again. Listen, if your rhythm feels bad, you sound bad, period. Like if I go to the drum kit, excuse me, and I play 35 fills out of time, I sound terrible. Don't you think it would be much better if I just played a solid groove in the pocket beat and got that really solid and tight, and then maybe added in a little hit in there? And I don't. Again, when we're younger, we're wowed by speed. One of the best things my guitar teacher ever told me, and you should do this, and the reason I play acoustic so much is it does not lie. I have 2 rules for songwriting. Check it on an acoustic or an acoustic piano. There is no lying from those instruments. Clean sound. My guitar teacher said, always check it on an acoustic or play your guitar, your electric plugged in clean. No reverb, definitely no distortion, no dirt. That kind of smooths out the roughness. So you're really going to want to work on your rhythm every day. Grab your guitar. I said yesterday in the video, before you play one note, do a percussive thing. And that just means resting your fingers on the strings and chicka, 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 pucka, chicka, and get your body flowing. You have to internalize rhythm. And listen, the sooner you get this, the better you're going to feel about your playing. Everything is going to start clicking. And this is where it gets really interesting. So the kind of third thought I have on this is we all, when we're learning, people separate everything, right? I think another mistake is that we practice chords over here, scales over here, but when they actually play, nothing connects. And that's where rhythm really exposes your weakness, right? So that's the frustrating part, because it feels like you learned a lot, which you probably did, but when it comes time to like connect those, like let's say you're playing some chords and then you want to add a melody from a scale. You fall apart rhythmically because you learned them in isolation. You didn't learn how to actually connect them, right? You have all this stuff you collected, but you can't actually use it in the way you want to use it. It's like you're given this whole new set of tools and you understand the tools, but you don't know how to use them together. And that's where if you don't work on your rhythm every single day, you're just not going to be able to make those connections, right? And then you're going to get stuck. You're going to get really frustrated. So you don't want to get stuck in that thing where everything is separate. Don't just be a collector. Again, this always is going to loop back to that system of building your musical pillars. Keep it simple, go deeper. Less is more. Although I'm saying less, your more part is going deeper. Like just what I said about that G chord. Maybe you learn how to flow from an open G chord to a G major scale or a G major pentatonic. In fact, that's what my video was about yesterday. And then you start branching out from there, all right? And this is why I always keep coming back to the same idea on this channel. And I've already pasted the link to my triads playlist a bazillion times when I get new people that subscribe to the channel or just people that want to progress fast. Triads are the truth. Now, if I'm speaking the word triads, which I am, and you're like, what are triads? You have to get on this, right? They are the simplest harmonic unit. They are the bones. They are the spine. They are the blood of music. Okay, so you need to learn what those are, right? They're small, they're simple, and they connect everything. I don't care if you're doing caged, whatever. Triads are everything. They're like the chain link they link everything together, right? So it's actually, like I said, it's the smallest harmonic unit, but it's also what music actually is, right? And the more I play, the more I realize this whole kind of thing. And I wasn't taught triads in the beginning, so that was kind of frustrating. I was taught your typical open chords. Beautiful. We'll always be using those rhythmically, of course. So listen, whenever you come on here and I'm teaching something, I will keep stating rhythm is king, rhythm is queen for the new people, but it's just basically implied. That's just something you have to have in there. And so when you start learning how to use triads rhythmically and then incorporate those into your chordal structures, your open chords, and then you start blending in your skills, but you do it with rhythm, that's where you start to go into great guitar playing territory. And you know what? Your ears are going to tell you. Your ears will not lie to you. And my favorite part so far of having this channel is when I've been teaching these triads and hammering them over and over. They're kind of like a core philosophy of mine. You have to have them. I love when you guys loop back in the comments. You're like, oh my gosh, I totally get it now. I was like flowing between this triad to this open chord and I added in a little piece of this scale, all right? So when I think about getting better, It's not about practicing for hours. It's about doing the right things consistently. If you do the right things for 5 minutes every day, as opposed to randomly playing a bunch of things for an hour, you're going to get better quicker. You're feeling rhythm. You're hearing movement. You're seeing the small connections because you're going deeper. Less is more. Every day, not random, not scattered, just focused, all right? So I don't think great guitar players are anything magical. I think they just stopped being random. So eventually you're going to wake up and be like, I just can't be a collector. I can't just be random and all over the place anymore, right? So let's close it at that. This was just a little free-flowing thought here. I want all of you to be great. I want us all to not just become great. I want us to keep becoming greater and greater. Listen, there's no end game on guitar. Like I said, the only end game is if you quit. If you quit, you're done, all right? So just don't stop. So I want to hear from you. What's one thing you feel like you're not consistent with right now that you could be more consistent? And it could be anything. It could be doing less, going deeper, all right? So I don't want to give you your answers. Drop in the comments, all right? So that's it. Drop Jellyfish or your favorite sea creature in the comments. Where are you watching from? Like I say, only you can stop you, so don't stop. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.